And good evening, everybody. It is 8 o'clock on Saturday night, and yet again, I'm looking up here because that's where my camera is, and I'm still having a play, and I'm still doing one thing, and it's really, really weird. I'm just going to take Paul off. Sesku and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club. We've been to Halifax World today, Halifax Modelers World over in Halifax. We've had a great day. I took a couple of pictures that I'm going to show to everybody, all four of you that are watching. I think my record number so far is about 22, which is like colossal for me on a live stream. Okay, so let's start off with a comment. Good evening, one and all. I hope you had a great trip to Halifax. I'll just have to do with the drooling at the video Mark put up earlier. Do you know what? Every time I shoot a video, I do watch it back, and I literally gave myself a headache because there was that much sort of camera shake on it all at the same time. But you know, you're running around with camera, you're trying to get everybody in, you're trying to say hello to everybody, and also look at all the stuff that's round about as well, show everybody the kits and what Halifax is all about. It still does feel quite peculiar. I've got my little webcam here, and I've got but my screen's up there. You can see my microphone. Proper having it large tonight. Okay. How many people came up? We will actually have to go through numbers a little bit later on. Rally Car Miniatures, good evening. Hope you're well. Chris, hope everything's okay, mate. And one of the guys who I took to Halifax Modelers World today, a great friend of mine, I'm going to introduce him onto the screen, Dale. Dale's a guy who I work with. I'm also expecting Paul from the World to pop on a little bit later on. He's just having a little bit of a problem with his connectivity. I think that's the right word. And also, in fact, if I just get rid of, yeah, you wait there, Paul. I can see you, mate. You're back. You're back. You're back. Let me get rid of that and get rid of that. Click onto that and kick from the studio. Kick on that. Kick guest off. And yes, so I can see both my guests in the wings. Dale, like I say, has been to Halifax Modelers World today to meet Diamond Dave. The second time that Dale's been. And have you saved enough money? Have you chuff? So I went and picked our Daleo up from Leeds. Good evening, Dale Stewart.
Hello, how are you, mate? How's it going?
We're all right, mate. We're all right. That's not a big microphone at the side of Dale's head. I think it's his ceiling fan. It looks like a microphone, mate.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ceiling fan, yeah.
Yeah, don't start talking into that, for Christ's sake. So Dale's been with us, and I've also asked Paul to nip on with us tonight because I've not spoken to Paul on live stream for ages. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, everybody. Are we all well?
Thank you very much, son. Yeah, we're all good, mate. Let's just get a couple of these comments on straight away. Why have you... Right, you'll keep adding yourself to the stream a million times there, Paul, for some reason. By the way, says AD, thanks for the invite to the Facebook group. I've been given a great welcome. Thank you. You're absolutely welcome, mate. No drama at all. We don't let anybody onto the Facebook group. It is a closed group. Let me just get rid of that. It is a closed group. But every now and again, we do let the odd person on. And James is watching as well. Good evening, Jim. Hope you're well. James Dale, you might be able to remember James from Telford. He was pushing Lewis around on the wheelchair.
I do, yeah. Yeah, I remember him, yeah. All right.
Aid is saying, good evening, Chris. Chris is replying back with, hello, mate. All good, Mark. Cheers, mate. Thanks for that. And hello, Aid. And Anfield is Lee. I do remember that. I am Arkham Panel. Good evening, sir. Hope you are well. So, if you've not watched the video, I did put a video up a little bit earlier on. And that was our trip tour. I've changed my camera. That was our trip to Halifax Modelers World today. So Halifax from us, I think it's about 40 miles away to go and see Diamond Dave. But it's a cracking shop, bricks and mortar shop. And we do save We do save throughout the year at Savings Club. We run a book, as you probably know. Certainly AD will know through looking through all our photos and videos down at club. And we run a savings club, and the guys that come, they can keep chipping in your 10s and 20 quids, whatever, and then in December we pay it all back out, every penny, and we don't take a penny. Dale, have you enjoyed Halifax Modellers World today?
I have, yeah, mate. I got
what have you got? Go on.
I got the Salika.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been after it for a while now, and I finally got it. Find it in Halifax Modellers World today.
Cool.
I can't wait to start building it.
How much will that up for? Can you remember?
28 quid.
That's not bad. And what did you get it for?
Got it for 24.
24. Knocked you a couple of quid off there then, mate, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Aye, yeah. Yeah.
Happy days. I only walked away with, and I said to Dale earlier on, I'm not sure if my camera's going to be back to front. I walked away with a bottle of thinner, not thinner, primer, a bottle of primer. Let me just change my camera back to my webcam. So I picked up a bottle of that because Davy House absolutely swears by it. Now, I've never used it before. Mr. Finishing Surface of 1500 Black. So, as usual, with the comments for the people who are watching, if you've used it, if you do use it, I know Paul uses it and swears by it, tell me what I'm letting myself in for, because
To be honest, Mark,
what I normally use is MRP. Paul?
To be honest with you, I've only just recently started using it, to be honest, but I do like it. It does work.
It does work.
Yeah. It's only out of necessity I got it.
Yeah.
But I probably won't change now. I won't get anything else because I love it.
Really?
That'll be my go-to primer now. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I've taken your advice, mate, and I've topped it up to the top at lid with some MLT, as you call it. When you first started calling it MLT, I'm thinking, what the hell's he on about? MLT. It's Mr.
Leveling thinner.
Yeah. Leveling thinner. Okay, cool.
How long have you been doing this?
I know, mate. Yeah, do you know what? I sit here and people watch me videos and they watch me streams and they think, chuffing hell, this guy knows a fair old whack. Do you know what? I really don't. I really don't.
I am still here, Mark. I'm still trying to get this laptop thing in my face. And
all right, mate.
I'm on my phone with you at the moment.
Cheers for the advice, Mark. Seeing as I like a challenge, looks like the Revel Kit wins. So Andy, whose comment I've just taken off screen, Andy messaged me, sent me a DM about half an hour ago and said that he's begging to do a tornado. Which one shall it be? And I have sort of twisted his arm. I'm hoping into doing the Revel 1 in 48 farewell kit because it is the best one. It can be a little bit of a challenge, Andy. If you build it out of box, and I know I'm sort of spinning here, but if you look through my video list, you will see probably a set sequence on the best way to build it, and it is the best way to build it. But listen, mate, if you get stuck even in the slightest, please drop me another DM. Tell me where you're up before you take the next part of the kit on, and you think, right, I'm going to do this. Drop me a DM, and I'll just make sure that you're going to be all right, mate. Okay. Chris says, brilliant stuff, easy to use. That's we're talking about that one. So thank you very much for that, Chris. AD Misty Surface, fantastic primer. You can thin it to within an inch of its life, and it goes down lovely. My go-to primer. Do you know what? I have actually changed my. I've changed my layout out. I've been using, and I do listen to you, and I do read your comments. But I've been using that one And I think Dale, I think you've got a couple of bottles of MRP primer, haven't you?
I have, mate, yeah, I've got a few.
You've got a few. I've been using that, guys, because I do use MRP. That's my go-to paint.
It'll be first time I've used them, though.
Is what, sorry, love?
It'll be first time I've used them, though.
Yeah, because you're getting used to it now. You're coming on to airbrushing.
Aye. Yeah, I've just started now, so.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, and you're gonna have a go with it. He's absolutely begging to sort of bite the bullet and have a go. Yeah. You've got your airbrush, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
You've got my spray booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've been having a practice cook, haven't you?
Yeah, but I've tried it with water for the first time, you know what I mean? Get it in that way. And it's all right. Yeah, it's going good.
Mate. Absolutely. Yeah. We did want some AK thinner and cleaner today.
Yeah, come get it.
Which is that one. That's the cleaner and thinner that I use. That's absolutely fantastic stuff. I did pick a bottle up at Telford, and I wish I was sort of like bought 3 or 4 because I go through it like nobody's business. Let's just put that down there before I start breaking everything. And Paul's just started using this surfacer, and I know that Davey House, like I said, Dave uses it as well. Okie dokie. So I'm going to share my screen. I took a couple of pictures today, Paul. Okay, this morning.
Yeah, I have seen them. Like,
absolutely. So straight away we got our young Lewis there. And that were down at McDonald's, that at Birstall. Look at him; he looks really innocent, doesn't he? And you know what? He ain't.
He's a good kid, isn't he?
He's a good kid. He's a good kid.
He's a good kid. Yeah.
Absolutely, he is.
I like the knowledge he's got. I like the way he's learning stuff. I just find it fascinating. Now, it's not often you get young people, doing this sort of thing. Like, but his knowledge is like superb. Like,
yeah, mate.
He knows his onions.
He does know his onions. Yeah. I think he's going to try and come onto the stream a little bit later on.
Yeah.
And that's his mum, Victoria. So his mum's obviously his mum, his carer, his parent, his guardian. And she's had the pleasure of joining us today at Halifax Modelers World for a little look round and getting a purse out, because I'll tell you what, them young Lewises, they're not cheap, Dale, are they?
No, they're not, no.
Did you see the stashes that kid ended up with?
Yeah, he had a good little thing going, didn't he?
Didn't he just?
Yeah.
Everything you've got to understand, obviously, from Lewis's point of view, is just turned 16, and everything that he touched today is like, "Mum, can I have? Mum, can I have?"
Yeah, it's all new to him, isn't it? He wants everything. Yeah.
That's one of my favourite photos that I took today, and I did actually get down on bended knee to take that picture because I wanted a lower angle. Paul, you tried to join again, and I'm going to kick you out of that one, mate.
That's what you kicked me out of.
I think it's your phone that's trying to join on, mate. So
it's not. I'm on my phone now. I'm trying to join on the laptop.
Oh, are you? Right. Okay. Try again, and I'll kick you off your phone. For the guys who are watching, the gentleman with the grey cardigan on, that's our Bill. An absolute champion. Bill, honorary member down at club. And the gentleman to his left in the khaki pants, that is Barry. Barry joined us last year and wanted to get into modelling, which were great for us because he lives in the village. Elderly gentleman, as you can tell, but wanted to build a Spitfire. And we said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Which 1 in 48 Spitfire are you going to get? And Barry being Barry said, there ain't no 1 in 48 Spitfire I want to do, Mark. I've seen your 1 in 24 build, and that's the one for me. Bless him. So he's been on it for like nearly a year now, but he's taking his time and really, really loving the kit, which is great. We've got Rob there looking for a few paints. Look at smile on that face. Look at that. Young Lois. And young Lois.
Whoa. Let me see what he's got in the background there. That's a big armor wall, isn't it? Let me see if I spot anything.
Yeah, that's about as big. Pardon me. That's about as big as I can make that picture.
That wall's massive, isn't it?
He's got some kind of armor kit in his hand, and his mum with hat on, and then our Jeannie Jean in front. Our Jeannie Jean, First Lady of Club. What the chuffing? I hope Daly.
Fucking hell's that?
Come here. Hello.
I went, Dale. I went like that, Paul. I went, Daly went, what?
Don't widen it.
Yeah, texting their missus saying, I've seen a kit, can I buy it? Like we do. Andy Rowe should be coming on shortly, and Bill again, and I think that they were looking at the Gannet, although he didn't buy it.
It's about 80 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, we get discount at Halifax simply because the savings club works for the club so well. People just when you come to club, Paul, you know yourself. You've been a couple of times. You put your £4 in for your subs, and then you keep adding to your savings club. And over the year, mate, them 20 quids.
Yeah, totally.
They are up cop.
Well, I remember my first visit. I went to Halifax on the way up, or possibly on the way home from club.
Yeah,
and then the Christmas shop. My first Christmas shop was at that other place that you used to go to.
Oh yeah. We can't talk about that one. Right.
Okay. Well, obviously, I did suggest that Halifax was way better. Like
it is, mate. It is. Our Bill there, look, laughing his bloody socks off, holding that Gannet up. Say, hey, buying it, Bill. He's like, no. And Sesku and I was with Community Scale Model Club hit Halifax World. That is the actual header for the video. So what I can do now, I'm going to put us guys back on, and I've still got that screen. So, Dale, so you've bought that car.
Yeah, mate. All right.
You got it for 24 quid.
I did, yeah.
But you're not starting it yet, though, are you?
No. I'm on. I've got my German bike. I'm in the middle of the German bike now. I got that from Salford. It's all right. I like it. You know what I mean. So, but the strain of it's coming to the strain now. So
don't worry about it, mate. Listen. Don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. It's Christmas. We've only got 2 weeks left to work.
I'm on my own now, though, aren't I? There's nobody there with me.
Yeah, I know. Listen, mate, you'll be absolutely fine. Once when we break up for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
We'll get a Facebook Messenger thing going, and I'll talk you through it, and everything will be okay. So let me just explain to the people who are watching. So Dale's a chap and we've got a fantastic friendship, absolutely brilliant. He buys me my sausage roll in the morning, and then for that I just generally take piss out of him on an afternoon when we're loading trucks full of pallets. You've turned on your side there, Dale. When we're loading trucks full of pallets of stock. Okay. Chris, spin yourself round. Chris says brilliant stuff and easy to use. That one we've already had. Let's one. I used them. Oh, now then. Adi says I used MRP primer before I found Mr. Surfacer. The airbrush similar, but the MS leaves a nicer finish, in my opinion. you know what? You've got my juices proper flowing with that one now. Lee,
Ma,
not go on.
I'm going to see what the score is with tea, with food.
All right. What are you having?
I don't know yet. That's what I'm going to see. I was going to be having steak, but you know, don't know. I might have a black roast.
Black roast. Go and have a look.
Back in a minute, bro. I don't know if you'd turn me off or whatever, and then.
No, I will do.
And then I'll come back on in a bit.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit, guys.
See you later, bro.
Bless him. Now then, so Lee says, not chatting much, building Metcalfe service station and a good stream on. Okay, no problem. Chris comes back with, have to agree, Aid. I find the MRP very hard wearing, but both very good primers. Davey House has been saying for over 12 months to me personally that this Mr. Surfacer is the absolute dogs. So I'm going to have to go and find out, aren't I? Because I can use it on. In fact, I'll show you. I've actually got the bus's staircase ready, Dale, to get some primer on.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to do tonight, mate. Before I set the stream up. Now then, what I want to do is I want to try come out of this.
I'm gonna go do some building some anyway. Yeah.
And what's the crack with the bike then? Where are you up to with the bike?
I'm just doing sidecar at the minute. I've got to file it down and that. I've put some filler on it. Yeah. I put some filler on the gap, so I'm just gonna sand it down. And then I'm gonna have a go at spraying it.
I think everybody watching, well, in fact, I know everybody watching at some point has had to pick an airbrush up in anger, so to speak, for the first time.
Yeah.
And it can be quite daunting. Don't get me wrong, it can. But once you get into it, mate, and I'm sure that people will comment. Once you start, and your confidence gets more and more and more, you will just do it, mate. You will. You'll just do it, Cocker.
Yeah, I can't wait till I get to that. Yeah.
I'm just going to open a new tab. Yeah, you'll be absolutely fine, mate. Yeah. What's second time you've been to Halifax? What do we like about Halifax Modelers World, Dale?
There's loads of choice, isn't there? I mean,
loads of choice.
Everything with there on it, yeah. Oh yeah, you can spend some money in there, couldn't you? Yeah.
Certainly
I wish I'd took more money today. Yeah, I just wish I'd have took more money today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Right.
Some of the lads that have been today, they've spent, they've literally spent a small fortune.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's easy done. It's dead easy done.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that comment up for you, Dalio.
Yeah. Go for it, Dale. Bit of a trial and error to start with, but you'll never look back, mate. You heard it?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Go for it, Dale. Bit of trial and error to start with, but you'll never look back, and that's absolutely true. AD Dale is he's literally brand new to this, mate, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I used to do it years ago when I was a kid, you know what I mean? But now, yeah. I built a tank already. I built a Chieftain. You know, and that's for me. Yeah. You sprayed it for me, didn't you?
I did, mate. Yeah. I airbrushed it for you. Of course I did. I'm not going to see my mate build a tank and then not be able to finish it off.
Yeah, it looks good.
Andy Norfolk, who said that he were coming on tonight. Why am I looking down here? Andy Norfolk that said he were coming on tonight. So he's bought an Easy Click System tractor. I think I've seen Jess Coleman build that one and actually turn it into quite the piece. He's bought a Revel Level 3 1-in-144 Das Boot submarine. He's bought, let me just see if I can make that bigger. He's bought some kind of 3-wheeled vegetable delivery van.
Leafer wagon.
Yeah, mate. A Vickers Super VC10 from Roden. He does like his commercial airliners, does our Andy. In fact, he's bought an A320 and a Boeing 747. And then he happened to stumble across that, Dale.
Antonov, yeah.
I think the last one got destroyed, didn't it, by the Russians a couple of months
since. Russians. Yeah, they blew it up, didn't they?
Blew it up. But that's a 1-in-144. And look at the size of that, 58.7 centimeters. Jesus Christ.
Wow. I'll be all right.
Right, okay. Rob, good evening. Hope you're well. James now says, my go-to is the Pro Convoy, but I use a cheap Fenger for priming. What was that airbrush that you got off lid, Dale? What is it?
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Can't remember.
No, I can't. No, I can't remember. Sorry.
Is it there outside here?
No, it's upstairs in my room.
Oh, it's upstairs, of course it is. Yeah. What's Chris saying? Chris says if it goes wrong, Dale, you can always strip it back and start again.
Yeah.
Adi says we were all brand new to it once, Mark. Just need to take that leap of faith with the airbrush, mate. And do you know what, Dale? That's exactly what it is. The first time I sat in my shed, I got Jez Coleman on my phone on FaceTime.
Yeah.
And I'd been spraying water like you into a bit of blue roll. And I was literally, how long have I been spraying? I'm 52 and I've only been spraying 5 years. But I was sat on a night time and it was cold, like a night tonight. And I was literally like a crying baby saying, "Yes, I daren't do it, mate. I daren't do it." It's like, come on, you dickhead, do it. Do you know what? I'll tell you what put it off for me, mate. I know I'm diverting away from topic of conversation. I'll tell you what put it off for me. The little clique, the little group of friends that I used to hang about with. Obviously, we all move on. One of the lads on there, every time they were like me, Jez, a couple of lads from club, and this other kid that used to come on. I can't remember what they call him. I think they called him Paul. And he used to. All I ever used to hear him say was, "Fuck's sake, this bastard airbrush," and proper kicking off. And you know, the loudest voice doesn't always win an argument. That's not the case. No. But in my head, mate, all I could hear was this negativity. And it's airbrushing is a dark art. And you've got to be good at this. And you've got to be able to... It's almost like people were telling me you've got to be a chemist to work out the ratios of thinner and paint and pressure and all this sort of stuff, and they made it extremely complicated. Jez said, listen, put some paint in your colour cup, down for there, back for paint, give it a go. As long as you've got some cleaner ready, some blue roll ready, and some cotton buds ready, you've got nothing to lose. He said I was using Vallejo at the time. So if you're using Vallejo, make sure that you've got Vallejo thinner and Vallejo airbrush cleaner, because that product is for that paint. So you can't go wrong. And I'm not kidding. I was building the Revel 1-in-24 big Huey helicopter, mate, at the time.
Right.
And it's got a pair of little wings on the back, and I've not glued them on. And I just thought, do you know what? I've just got to do it. And put the paint in, Dale. Turn my compressor on. Put a glove on. Back of my glove.
Yeah.
Down for air. Back for paint. And here it comes. And here it comes. And I had a couple of passes on back of my glove, mate. And then I went to the model. I went to the little wing. The little wing that I got in my fingers. And I thought, right, here we go. And you have airbrushed at club. It's not like you're brand new to it. You've never done it before.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah, I have done it. Yeah.
But the difference now would be is that you like you said earlier, you sat on your own, mate, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
And I'm 29, mate. There's nobody there to catch you.
Yeah. No.
but as daft as it sounds, mate, as daft as it sounds, there is, because the first time that you do it at home and you're like, I've got to do it, and you've got your room set up now. You work with me, mate. You say, I'm doing it tonight. It's like, it's like when a virgin says to a boyfriend, isn't it? Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night.
Innit?
And you'll be exactly the same. And you'll say to me, Mark, tonight's the night. And what will I say to you?
Go for it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I can always ring you. Get your own messenger in that car. So you're always there inside of me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'll be all right.
It's not hard. It's not hard. Let's have a look through some of these comments. So now then, here's the lad, right? Here's the lad that knows all about airbrushing. Graham from Cleethorpes. Evening, everyone. Good evening, Graham. Hope you're all right, mate.
Hey, all right, then.
You'll be right. Spraying like riding a bike, and I've just started. Hope you had a good day at Halifax. Graham, we had a great day at Halifax.
Yeah, brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic, as usual. Graham, you comment on, mate. You comment on. In fact, let me just have a look here, because you've only just started. You've only just started airbrushing. Okay. So if there were ever a man to explain...
I was there when he started as well.
You were, mate. Absolutely, you were. You better believe it. If there were ever a man that would say that's literally gone from never airbrushed before in his life, comes to club, sits with me, we here we go, bit of colour, bit of down, bit of back. Let's have a go. And Graham put a picture up on our Facebook group about 2 weeks since and said, "This is it. This is what I've done." And I'm gonna just see now, actually, if I can find a picture while I'm chatting away of Graham's work. And don't forget, this is a guy I've never picked an airbrush up before in my life. Comes to club, has a bash. You sat with him.
Yeah, he caught him well, didn't he?
He absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Yeah. And Graham's the kind of guy who would literally say, "Yeah, I've done it," and it's easy. It's easy. But I do believe it's scary when you start.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to scroll through. I've got 2 pages open at the minute. I'm just scrolling through to see if I can find that post from Graham. Now, Graham entered a couple of builds into competition that were paintbrushed. And take note away from Graham, you can tell the difference between a paintbrushed model and an airbrush model. Let's see if I can find it. That's Paul's bike. Here we go. Right. So let me come down here and I'm going to make that a little bit bigger, like that. Looks like our Paulio's back.
Hello, Paul.
I'm going to share my screen because, Paul, we've been talking about Dale doing a little bit of airbrushing, mate. So Graham from Cleethorpes came to Club, Paul. Never picked an airbrush up before in his life. Sat with me. I showed him painting, down for there, back for paint, da-di-da. So he got this one. Look, a US Marine M60A1.
Got the bull by the horns now, hasn't he?
Absolutely, mate. I'm just going to show you now. So this is the work that he's now been turning out with an airbrush. Yeah, do you know what, Dale? You can see the different colour. I'm sure you can see the mouth. You can see the different modulations there in the different tones.
Yeah,
like
that looks down there. Yeah.
Bearing in mind,
even if my bike looks like that, I'll be happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Do you know what? Bearing in mind, people who are watching, this is Graham, who's never airbrushed on his own, like Dale. He's airbrushed at club, but he's never been home and said, "This is it. I need to sit and start."
That's good, Danny.
Do you know what? It's a little crack of that, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, aye.
Yeah, man.
Look at that.
Yeah, he's done well with it.
So, mate, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant, that, mate. Brilliant. You know, forget all the people who are going to say it's underweathered around here and it's not this and it's not that. Forget that. This is a bloke that's literally just started airbrushing. You've got to give him the credit.
You've got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
But even then, I mean, you know.
Yeah, he's done well.
Absolutely spot on. Chris says those finger brushes are awesome. Use mine over my Iwata. Yes, I think. Do you know what, Dale? I think one that got off Mark Lid. Is it a Fengder? Is it a Fengder, Paul?
That's it. It is, yeah, Fengder.
Oh yeah, that rings a bell, like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Finger are the best budget airbrush out there at the moment. I've got two different size needles in.
Yeah, Finger are the best budget airbrushes out there at the moment. I've got two with different size needles in. Once they are worn, once they're worn in the Spray Lovely, I only use my Harder and Steamback airbrush for the proper fine stuff. Not wrong with that, mate. No wrong with that. Cheers for that, Chris. A stunning effort. I have actually sent Graham an invite to join the live stream, just so that I can chat about his experience doing that. But it is an absolutely cracking effort, mate. You're right. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Hobby Time says, good evening, guys. And another one from AD, cracking job. It is absolutely cracking job. Super. Paul, what are you doing at the minute then, Mucker? What are we on with?
I am on with
Oh yeah.
All right, mate. And how far are you into that?
I'm literally just like the last sort of assembly stages, you know, like things like little like headlights and bits and bobs, and then weather. And I've weathered the chassis for now before I put the wheels on.
Yeah.
Got a bit of mud going on that.
Oh yeah, chuffing now. That is tiny.
It is like.
What is that? A 1 in 35?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's only like a little wagon sort of thing, like a tranny van kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like a transit van from back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, it was good for towing. Well, you can see the little gun on the back.
Yeah.
You get the gun as well. Little Panzer, little door knocker on the back of it.
We saw loads of them today, Dale, didn't we, down at Halifax?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
So you said that you wish you'd taken a few more quid. What else took your fancy then if you wish you'd have taken a few more quid?
Well, some armour were not. But even the standalone guns, they were all right as well, you know what I mean? So,
I think, yeah.
I'm looking at more
88mm gun.
Yeah. Well, that were, I saw one of them, it was up for 65, I think. 65 quid.
65?
Yeah.
Really? For the 88?
What, have you got one, Paul?
Yeah, I've got one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. That looks alright, that, doesn't it?
Looks cool, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish.
It's a nice kit and a nice subject.
Yeah.
Mine's been in paint for years, a couple of years now. I've had it a couple of years, but I'm waiting on getting the vehicle that tows it so I can just hook it up to the vehicle that tows it.
I thought you
get it out and like finish it off. Now I had it a while ago, but I ended up selling it. So.
Of course you did. Yeah, you did. I can remember.
But yeah, I'm, as I said earlier, like tomorrow, Dale, I've got an armour kit on at the moment. I'm loving armour kits, you know what I mean?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I'm getting into that as well. So I like my tanks and I like my guns, my standalone guns and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, that's why I can't wait to finish this. I'll show you where I'm up to with this. Do you know what? I think I showed it last week, and I've not really moved on that much apart from knocking one of the seats off. And I have got the staircase to do, like I said, and I can't. I'm going to prime it in this. Mr. Finishing, hang on. Mr. Finishing surface of 1500 black. Do you know what? My chuffing eyesight's absolutely atrocious.
Who said that?
Me, my eyesight, it's getting worse.
Who said that?
Shut up, you daft sod. What you like? Right, let me share. So I'm going to just click onto that and come off that. Because I do want to share another picture. Because we've got a bit of a thing scheduled for next year. Paul, and you are coming to, and Dale, both coming to. I'm scrolling through to see if I can find it. Tell you what, that was a nice build. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to pop this on. And I'm going to pop this on. Hang on. This one. Right. This one. So, very difficult for you to see unless you're watching it on a big screen TV. Paul, can you see that?
I can, yes.
Yeah.
So, do you want to explain what we're doing on Friday, the 22nd of November next year?
So, basically, club is getting together next year. Presentation due.
I like
bit of a shindig.
Bit of a shindig.
Competition results and stuff next year.
Yeah, mate.
And we're all going out for a big slap up meal and a presentation due.
Absolutely, you'll better believe we are. So next year, so we have our annual competition. I'm sure that many of you know. And next year we have the competition on the second Saturday in November, and the following Friday we've been to a local hotel and we've booked that room. This is a party that I went to the other week. We've booked this room, and we've decided that we're going to have a presentation evening with tables laid out, and award the trophies on the night. Have I just had a ping? Just bear with me a second. Let me just have a look at that. Bear with me. Sent that one. Okay, so let's have a look at what's Heidi said. Welcome to the Stevie Wonder world of modelling, Mark. I know, mate. Absolutely.
You said that?
Heidi. I'm just going back a little bit now. Don't know if you saw this, Paul. I'm just going to put this up for you. Did you see that?
No.
Right, so AD, who is he's put the bottom comment on there. Look, welcome to the Stevie Wonder world of modelling, Mark. So
yeah.
AD has done this as a bit of a space saver.
That's cool.
Can you see?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, that, isn't it?
In the picture frame, innit?
Do you call it like a, well, usually when it's like, sometimes it gets put in a box and then hung on the wall. You call it a shadow box or something. But no, that's cool,
that.
like.
AD,
Similar, like,
if you want to comment, feel free. We'd love to know. This looks like a picture frame, but I'm very interested in all this. Look at the back. Loving the camo at the top. And how you did that, mate.
That's obviously a very relevant Spitfire, but then
it's lovely, that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that's
bang on, is that?
So then,
Let me just go on. I'm still here.
I was going to say it's got like I was wondering if he's painted to the camouflage on the actual background, Mark, with the squadron mark and whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's done that, or is it like a print?
Well, we might find out in just a second.
You know what I mean?
AD, if you want to check your messages, mate. AD says it's just like it's an IKEA photo frame. Did the background in Photoshop?
Oh yeah, cool, man, cool.
It's cool, that.
Yeah, down that, isn't it?
Absolutely spot on, is that? Coming across again and just making that a little bit bigger, and it actually looks really big. Does that? 1 in 24.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look. Yeah, it is. It's the big 1 in 24 Spitfire. I don't want to read that because I'm hoping that he's going to pop up. We've got a Buccaneer there, look, Dale.
Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it?
Like that background's good as well, isn't it? Because
yeah, I think that's it could possibly be a coastal kit space, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. This is why. Look at that. That's cheating. AD says, he's a graphic designer, runs a print shop. Do you know what? Yeah, that's cheating. Hey, that's cheating.
I like that. I like how he's done that.
Yeah, it's spot on, is that. I know Kev's been banging absolutely tons and tons of 3D printing on. Graham has recently bought that. I have done that.
Kit. Yeah.
I've done it. It's a cracking little kit. It's a cracking little kit. I'm just scrolling through. I've just taken my Facebook off while I scroll through. See if there's anything else
that's right.
on group that catches my eye. AD, if you're still watching, I have sent you a link on Messenger, mate. If you want to, you know how to join a live stream. And if you want to come on and talk about it, mate, we'll have you on. From sunny Sweden. Oh, now then, Paul, I've got one for you.
Hang on.
Now then, go on. Are you ready?
Go on.
Right, talk to me about this then.
This is what I mentioned to you earlier on this morning about RW hobbies.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're a subscriber, but anyway, yeah. So shall I? So obviously, yeah. I'm very much into motorbikes in real life as well as the models.
Yeah.
And basically, that was, if you go back to the first picture, that's basically the Tamiya kit, what it should look like out of the box.
Yeah.
And I basically built that out of it, what's known as a cafe racer in real life. And I've basically tried to customize it in the same way that a real life bike would be customized, as in chopping the frame, cutting bits off, bending things, and like the rear seat cowl there, that's actually a missile or possibly a drop tank from a P-47 Thunderbolt.
What, that?
if you find another shot mark, that I can't. I'm trying to point that. See that rear seat? Yeah, that there. That's a drop tank off a P-47 Thunderbolt.
Shut up! Are you kidding me?
No. If you click another image, you'll see it a bit better.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see that?
Look at that, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's gone for it now, look. He's gone for it. So, listen, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this, right? Have you got the bike on you?
That was a drop tank.
Bear with me a second. I've dropped a bollock here. Right, let me just do this and do that. Let me do that. Right, go on. Tell us. So, what you got in your hand?
That's a drop tank off a P-47, 32nd scale P-47.
Right.
And basically chopped the front off, shaped it.
Yeah.
And ended up with that. Ended up with
that.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Little bit of scratch building that cocker.
Ended up with that. Obviously,
yeah, look at that.
In real life, they might do like a foam, like what florists use for displaying like flowers and stuff, dried flowers.
Yeah, there's a specific name for it, isn't there? I can't remember what it's called.
I think it is, man. Yeah.
Oasis.
Cheers, Graham.
It, yeah.
All right.
Welcome to the stream.
Evening.
Evening.
You're right.
Well, yeah, in real life, Mark, they get that Oasis and they'd shape it, and then they'd lay it up in fiberglass
Yeah.
And that's for like that car and the seat pan and shit. And so yeah.
Well, it looks pretty good,
How
does that, mate?
turned out.
Graham, while we've got you on then, mate, so we're trying to push Dale over the edge, as it were, so we start airbrushing. What tips and tricks have you got for him, mate?
Well, as you know, I've just started. I'm still a beginner like Dale.
Yeah.
But I'm just the way you can blend colours together, I think is brilliant, you know.
Yeah.
Which is something I did before when I was using a brush, I couldn't do.
Yeah.
But now that last tank I did, I started off doing like I've watched you do on YouTube, where you do your dark colours underneath, and then you do your light shades of grey at the top, and you see the colours, the dark colours shine through. I've tried it for myself, and it works. So, I'm happy as a pig in shit now.
Happy days.
You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
I'm doing a phantom at the minute, Mark, and I've watched your videos in the past, and I'm just going to copy what you do, basically.
Yeah. Oh, well, I personally won't copy what I do, right? But
yeah.
Graham, was that your post? Is it the Academy 48 Phantom?
Yeah, Sundowners, USS Coral Sea.
Yeah, and you that's right. You asked a question about the instrument panels and decals, didn't it?
I did, yeah. And I think you said that you can get an aftermarket from. Can't remember where from now. But
there's a few companies do them, right?
Yeah.
Here's an example.
Yeah.
It very well.
Yeah.
Here's an example.
That's the one, Graham, isn't it?
That's the one.
You really are. You know what? If you've got the money for them, Graham, go for it, man. They're brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
It's a bit of a trying kit getting the fuselage to fit on that, but eventually it's with a bit of filler and that, you know, it does the job.
It does.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to introduce Aid from sunny Sweden. Good evening, Aid. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing good, thanks. Thank you very much for letting me join in.
You're all right, mate. It's really funny then, because in my head, right, and
I wasn't as fat and ugly as you thought.
I always said this. I always said stuff like this in my head, and then I say it, and then I realise that I shouldn't have said it, but I always say it anyway. I thought you were going to say something like, "Heard the bird, good evening."
You think I'm the Swedish chef then, obviously?
I'm going straight to hell.
I'm from Whitney in Oxfordshire, you.
Oxfordshire. I like it. How are you doing, man? You all right?
I'm good, thank you very much. Yeah, very good. Yeah, sat on my bench.
I'm going to find the picture that I had up momentarily ago. And I'm going to let you talk us through. I'm going to let you talk us through first of all, Aid, the actual build. What did you think? Is that the Airfix one in 24?
Yeah, it's the new. The new one that came up. Was it your beginning of last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate. What did you think? Because I built it.
Yeah, the build was the kit is absolutely outstanding.
It is.
It really is a fantastic kit and worth every penny. The best kit that Airfixers have ever made, in my opinion.
Very much so.
Yeah, it went together an absolute dream. A couple of small fit issues, but nothing much. You know, we're modelers. It was almost Tamiya-esque in its build, if you know what I mean.
I'll tell you what I loved about it, Aid. When you have to put those wing spars in as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, this is just the creme de la creme.
Oh, brilliant. I watched a couple of build videos of other people that have done it, and they sort of So you know, to sort of like iron out, so I didn't make same mistakes and what have you. And
yeah, not wrong with that.
I loved every part of it. I threw quite a bit of aftermarket stuff at it with an interior set from Scale and some HW seatbelt set and what have you. But it's the detail on the kit is absolutely outstanding.
It is, mate. How did you mount it then onto that frame? Talk to me about, I know that's an IKEA frame, but talk to me about that background then and how you mounted it like that, mate.
Like I said in the post on the in the group, I've built quite a lot of big scale stuff, and I find it really difficult to display them because they're all. I've got a mate of mine in Sweden. He runs a music shop, and he came up with a good idea. He said, "Well, if you've got big aeroplanes, they got tail wings on them. Why don't you buy some guitar hangers?"
Yeah.
So I bought a couple of guitar hangers and I put my big stuff on. I got a lank and a few other bits and bobs that I put on the wall, and then I moved.
Really?
Yeah, and they look really good. And then I thought to myself, well, they don't look. I wanted something different, and I thought to myself, well, I just had the idea. I had a couple of IKEA frames knocking about, and I just thought to myself, well, I can do a background because I'm a graphic designer.
Yeah.
So I had the idea for the background. And I thought, well, I'll just screw it to the frame. And I was
going to ask you the really daft question then, and then I remembered that you're in Sweden. I was going to say, is there an IKEA in Sweden?
There's a couple. They're about every 10 paces over here, mate.
Yeah, deber.
Yeah.
But I just I'll buy a lot of my frames at IKEA because I do a lot of obviously I've got quite a few prints and stuff that I do for myself at work and what have you. And it just I thought to myself, well, it's not just a space either. It's if you've got a model on a shelf, it will gather dust.
Yeah.
But if you hang it like this, so you've got a model that's sort of like perpendicular to the wall, it doesn't collect the dust.
That's true. So
it just, because I can't afford to buy really expensive display cases and what have you. So I just came up with that idea.
There's no talk with that, mate.
And I've got the same idea.
I do love.
I'm doing the Swedish jet planes at the moment, as you know. I'll put the Viggen up in the group that I've done, and I've done a.
Yeah, mate.
So I'm going to mount them in the same way, and the 132nd GR4 that I've got as well. That's going on the
Italieri.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you started that yet?
No, not the. It's the. Hang on. Just got to have a look now. It's the Rebel one, the Gulf War one, the GR1.
Oh, yeah. I just love that background there with the 5J and the K and the serial number. And is that something that you designed yourself?
Yeah, I just designed that in. I just did it in Photoshop because I work with Photoshop. Not 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Photoshop.
Right. So
design. So it's just
nature for you, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it just took me about, I don't know, maybe an hour's work to knock that up.
An hour's work, I like it. Graham, talking back about airbrushing then for our Dale. How did your first session at home go on your own? Were you a bit nervous, a little bit scared?
You could say that, yeah. It was a little bit like that, yeah. I was trying to remember what you told me back at club when I first started on my own.
Yeah.
And it was a bit nerve-wracking at first, but you just get into it, and the more you do it, the more you get used to it,
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go do some now. I feel like doing some now.
Well, when you get into it, you won't look back.
Yeah, well, I can't do it now, can I? You know what I mean? But I want to.
Down for back for paint, Dale.
You want me?
Down for back for paint, Dale.
Yeah, aye, definitely.
Yeah.
Down and back. Yeah, down and back.
I find airbrushing. I've talked to you about this before, Mark. I find airbrushing quite therapeutic.
Yeah, it's great.
Especially when you're doing pre-shading and post-shading and all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
Your mind goes off into a different world.
Yeah, mate. What I've been trying to explain to Graham and Dale is the actual airbrushing side of airbrushing is a piece of piss. Yeah. Down for air, back for paint. And the amount of paints, Dale's going to start using MRP straight off the bat.
You're laughing then.
Laughing. There's no funny about we like a chemist, like how much thinner, what am I doing? It's just straight in, mate, into it, and off you go.
It's all this stuff on that you can look online until you're blue in the face and you'll go mental in the end, and you won't end up using an airbrush with all the advice you can get online.
Right there, Aid.
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous. And what you got to do is learn the basics and then find your own style of airbrushing. End of story.
Couldn't have put it better.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got their own different ways and little different foibles and tricks and tips to do it, but everybody does it differently.
Yeah, mate.
Got to go then, innit?
I'm just going to pop that one up. Look how blurred that looks. Jesus.
That's stunning looking aircraft, isn't it?
Yes, but not as much as this one.
Oh dear.
How's that?
That's modelling porn, that is.
That's not bad, that, is it?
Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Nice. He's got the shading down on that. Absolutely stunning.
That's yours, isn't it, man?
Scrolling through all my stuff and putting all my stuff on. Look at this. That. Look at the header there. Philippine military scale models. I got published in the Philippine military scale models.
But your tornado builds, Mark, are absolutely outstanding. They are.
Bless you. Thank you.
That's my go-to if I want reference when I'm going to build. Because I bought the 148 Tornado GL4 in the auction, the one that you donated.
Yeah.
And I bought that 132nd GL1, and that you will be the person I will go to for reference. And
bless you, thank you. Look at that. That is absolutely belting.
Yeah.
That kit is phenomenal.
It is.
It's same as what Aid says. It's just fun, and the decals go down so sweet.
The decals were
all this
unreal.
All this that you can open up. Absolutely fantastic. Nearly as good as this one.
That is I commented on this in another group a while back, and that's just stunning.
On So's.
Yeah. Absolutely stunning build, that is.
You know what? I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. I've said it a million times. Everybody thinks that I know what I'm doing and what I'm talking about, but I make it up as I go along.
But I get a lot of nice comments about my stuff that I do, I'm one of these people that learn by doing.
Learn by doing.
And that's it. I try to learn a few extra things, new things every build I do, and
that's it.
And I just do it to the best of my abilities.
That's it, mate.
And at the end of the day, it's nice getting comments from people that say, that's nice work and what have you. But I do it for my own satisfaction, not for praise, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What did you think to that one, Dale?
Yeah, look, yeah. Yeah, it looks nice, that, doesn't it?
I've only ever built 2 models in my life and it's been in the last couple of years, which I thought I was proud of myself. Otherwise, I'm quite self-critical. And that was that vegan I put on the group, and I did.
I love that. I love it.
Because that was the first time I'd ever airbrushed Splinter camo, and that took me 2 weeks to do that camo.
2 weeks.
And the other one was the F14, the Tamiya F14, the 148 one. That came out. I was more than pleased with that because it was the first time I'd ever done modeling as well. So.
Yeah, sounds a pound. That one, chuffing hell, that's the original Airfix Mark VB, I think it is. Bloody hell,
that the 124?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I built one of them about 4 or 5 years ago. What an absolute heap of crap that kit is.
What an absolute heap of crap that was. Here we go. Look, how's that? That's a lineup.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You need to see Dr. Phil. You've got a tornado fetish, haven't you?
I
know, but you know what though? Look, when they turn out all right.
Yeah, they're a stunning looking aircraft.
Turn out all right. Yeah, gorgeous.
Fantastic.
You know what I love? I'll tell you what, I've said it before in my videos, Aid. That is what I love. That massive fin on the back.
Yeah. Can you imagine that thing coming at you out of the sky? It would put the fear of God into you, wouldn't it?
Superb.
Yeah, they are a lovely looking aircraft. But
how's that one?
That's nice as well. Very nice.
Yeah.
Mark, can I just say, that tornado with the star on the fin?
Star on the fin. Bear with me.
Is that the farewell one? That one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the one you said was a good one to build?
That's the one.
Yeah, the farewell one. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. For some reason, Graham, the farewell tornado, and I know it's the same kit, but this particular one just seems to go together around this area and this area. Then that's your problem. That intake, that's the crux of all your evil nightmares right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a certain way that you build it. What you're supposed to do is build the office, put the 2 sides of the front on, and then sort of work backwards with all this area. That is not the way that you build it. You do build the office and you put the 2 sides on. You leave the nose off.
Yeah.
Then you build all this back end with the spine and all this, and then this part slides into that part.
Right.
But when you come to do it, mate,
the Revell kit.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna do it, and you're gonna struggle a little bit, then just drop me a ping.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've got a tornado. I've got one called a Tornado Aster in my stash.
That is this one. That's that one, love.
3.1, I think it's called.
Look at your screen. It should be there.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, built it.
Do you throw
Is that difficult?
At your stuff, Mark? Or
hang on a minute, Graham. As what, Aid?
Do you throw any aftermarket at your kits or?
Not if I can help it, and the reason being is because I'm a tight ass Yorkshire man, and I personally go, well, if I want to throw 30 quid worth of stuff, no, I'm not lying. If I want to throw 30 quid's worth of aftermarket at this, that'll buy me another tornado.
Yeah, that's fair comment. Fair comment. I've got a thing about cockpit sets at the moment though, because I'm
Now Paul Radcliffe that's on the stream there. Paul's your cockpit man because he loves a bit of aftermarket cockpit.
Oh yeah,
I'm in love with Red Fox at the moment.
Yeah, Red Fox.
Have you tried that Red Fox, Paul?
Oh,
yeah. I can't remember on what kit.
Absolutely
I've used pretty much 3D cockpit in every one of my builds, pretty much.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, I've got that on
Studios, the Russian company, do some nice stuff as well. But
yeah, I'll
tell you what I did. I'll tell you what I did buy, which cost me an absolute fortune, but it was worth every penny. Was the Resi kit.
All right, yeah.
I've got the. I'm going to start doing the F-14A 132nd Tomcat.
Is that for the Terrier?
Yeah.
The
reason I bought this was what was it? About €45, just for the undercarriage kit. But the detail on it is absolutely outrageous.
Right. Okay. Is it strong though, Aid?
Yeah, it's very strong.
Is it going to support the weight of it?
It's all what do they call it? Reinforced.
Right.
The only reason I did it is because the ones in the kit, it's got like rubber tires and all that sort of stuff, and they're not weighted or anything. But I got the kit. The 132nd kit is around. I think you can pick it up for about 120 quid. But I got it at an auction for about 60 quid. So I thought, well, I can afford to throw some aftermarket at it.
Right. Do you want a good tip for weighting rubber tires?
What's that? Let the air out.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I've seen it. Well, I've seen examples of. I've not tried it myself, because it doesn't bother me. Weighted tires, whatever, it doesn't bother me. But I do love the rubber tires. But I've heard and I've seen, right, when you assemble your wheel, is the tiniest screw you can get away with.
Yeah.
Drill it into the wheel on the flat spot, and it'll squash the tire a little bit.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's a good shout.
I've seen it done, and it does look effective. Obviously, you'd have to judge what screw you'd need and how much you're going to put in.
That's a sound tip. That's a good shout. Might have to try that.
I've not tried it myself yet, but what I have seen, it looks very effective.
Well, that's a nice one. Nice one.
If you look at that one, that's the pilotless Tornado in refueling.
Is that one of them self-driving ones?
Yes, mate.
Where did you get the refueling thing from? Then is that?
I made it.
Did you?
Yes, mate. And I'll tell you how I did it. Let me tell you. Right. So, Shara, I used a. Right. Let me see if you can see my cursor. Can you see this part?
Yeah.
Right. That is an O-ring. An O-ring. That's all O-rings, right? Just rubber O-rings, Aid.
You will, mate. You don't pay.
With a big O-ring there out of a box that I got from Aldi with, 20, 30 different sized O-rings. And then all I did was super glue some little bits of lead wire, the lead wire that we use.
Yeah.
Into that. And that hose is, it used to be a mouse. You know your mouse for your computer?
Yeah.
That's just a bit of mouse wire, mate.
You got to love this hobby, haven't you? Because I walk around at work and people are throwing things away, and I'm in bins, mate, dragging stuff out. And they say, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm going to use that. I can use that."
That's me and Mark.
Yeah, it is.
I'm doing it all the time at work. Every time something gets going to get thrown away, I always have a look at it before it goes in the bin.
Very much so. Yeah, me and Dale at work were the right pair of gypsies.
The thing is, why pay it? It's like all these people that buy these little. I do quite a lot of military dioramas and stuff, And I see these people that go out and buy little bags of stones and all this sort of stuff. And I thought to myself,
yeah.
Haven't you got a garden? Haven't you got? Doesn't the grit lorry come round in the window and sweep it up in the? And it's just go out in the garden, and the people buying like spending 50 quid on a tree stump, and you think to myself, well, I've got a garden out there. I'll just go and cut a bit of wood off and paint it.
Yeah, mate.
But I've got a nice little tip for you. If you do a lot of dioramas and you want stones and sand and all that sort of stuff, go to an aquarium shop. You can get a 5 kilo bag of sand for about 4 quid. And that'll last you until you go to the grave if you do dioramas.
How much did you pay for your bag of sand today, Dale?
$1.95.
And how much did you get?
Well, I got that.
Not a lot.
No.
Have a look at the aquarium shops. I've bought stones and stuff for aquariums, and they're cheap as chips.
Yeah, mate. That's that Mendy 9 hours today.
This can be a very expensive hobby if you let it.
Yeah. Only if you let it.
Yeah, only if you let it. So there's always ways of getting around things. Scratch building, just use what's around you. Use your garden to get dirt and stuff. And another tip that I got from another group, well, it wasn't even a modelling group. It was a group about stuffed animals. It was just something I was interested in, sort of like, because they did a lot of diorama stuff for the backgrounds and stuff. And the bloke said, don't throw away your tea bags. Put them in a jar, let them dry out, and then empty the tea out, and you can use that as dirt.
Yeah.
So I never throw my tea bags away. I let them dry out, and I'll just use it as sort of like, dirt and stuff on my dioramas.
Scatter material, yeah.
Yeah.
People use cotton wool for smoke. That is not cotton wool. That's not cotton wool.
What's that? Bandages for cargo netting.
No, that's... Oh, yeah.
Foam.
On the Tornado there, that is teddy bear stuffing.
Is it really?
Yeah, mate, because it doesn't... teddy bear stuffing for smoke, it doesn't droop or do anything over time.
No,
it literally stays as you put it.
Excellent stuff. How would it be? You've obviously lit that up with an LED then?
I did.
And it shows through. Does it show through as well as cotton wool? Because cotton wool is it shows the light through a lot, doesn't it?
Well, you can be judge of that.
That's excellent.
Apart from Decalon missile, obviously trying to bugger off, but we'll,
Those, I'll tell you what, decaling those bloody missiles does my head in. They're absolutely pain in the arse.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
so what are you building at the minute then, Graham? What are you doing?
I'm doing what am I doing? I went to sleep then.
All right, I've seen you. I've rescued you.
I'm doing 1 in 48. A Phantom.
Oh, of course you are. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Here we are.
Yeah, done it.
It's an Academy kit.
It is.
My dogs are joining in now. Yeah, it's a 1 in 48 Academy kit. It's going together quite well. I've only had a little bit of filling to do around the air intakes, but that's about it up to now.
Now, what you'll find with that kit, Graham, is that the air intakes and the engine and the exhaust just sit on the plastic.
Yeah, I did find that the bloody hell, what the wheels go on. I forgot now. Well, anyway, they put the landing gear inside the wings. There's like a sort of a triangle, an oblong piece to put together, like 4 pieces, and that was that was really fragile to put together. That to get into place. But once I got it in, the sweat was over that. But I started to panic a bit after that.
Sweat well.
But yeah, it's going together quite well.
Aid, if you look at that picture there,
yeah,
that's my son's bedroom wall.
Nice. So how have you hung those then? Have you just put them on hooks or something?
Absolutely, mate. Well, actually, no, what you can't see because A, it's too fine, and B, the picture's that grainy. That is, there'll be a little nail there, and this fishing line comes under the wing, over the top, under the wing, and just hooks on, mate.
But I find that if you hang them on the wall, they don't gather dust like if you put them on a shelf. It's so much easier to clean.
That's it, Graham.
Who's made that?
That's mine.
Oh, very nice. Very nice, Mark.
That's another fantastic looking aircraft, the Phantom.
Yeah.
Mine, that one, Cocker.
Is that a Coral Sea?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. No, you'll be all right.
I didn't know you'd made that one.
Listen, I've built the chuffing lot, me, Cocker Spadger. Anna, I've built the lot. There we go. Let's have a look there. Yeah, so that's it, Aid. And what I found is that if you hang the models with the nose pointing up, the model actually leans away from the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas if you do it nose down, they lean into the wall, which is what you want.
That's right. So when are you going to start doing? When are you going to do a vegan then, Mark?
Do you know what, mate? You commented last time. I would love that 1 in 32. I mean, that's a dream kit. Is there a 1 in 48 available?
Yeah, plenty. But it's special hobbies, and they are a bit. They go together all right, but you need to have your head about you, if you know what I mean. There's a few fit issues, but luckily I've got a mate who lives in Gothenburg. He's a commission builder, and he builds for ex-Viking pilots and museums and stuff. And I got all my build advice from him. So Special Hobbies do quite a few different vegan kits, and they're nice. They're good. But he's built 4 of those jetpack kits. He's built 4 of those 132nd jetpacks kits, and he said they are one of the worst resin kits he's ever built.
Really?
Absolutely awful. Yeah, reckons they're absolutely awful. Not worth the money.
Oh.
When they're finished, they look stunning, but they are releasing a 132nd Draken soon. And I love the Draken as an aircraft, so I'm very tempted to get that. But I haven't built that many resin kits, and I'm a bit wary, if you know what I mean. I've really only built sort of like resin aftermarket stuff, and I'm not sort of. It's a different kettle of fish than it is just normal plastic or styrene.
It is totally different. I've got a 3D printed. I've got a 3D printed 1 in 32 Firefox.
Have you really?
Yeah, mate.
That's a big lump, isn't it?
Yeah, it's massive. Not started it yet. This is Bjorn's work because we were talking about dioramas.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's really nice.
Yeah.
And he's got the blast from the gun.
That's that new Swedish weapons system that they've sent to the Ukraine, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, I do love a lightning. That's a cracking build.
Look at that.
Not nice. No.
Yeah. So why can't you get a 1 in 48 scale lighting at the moment, Mark?
Can't you? Airfix do one. It's beautiful kit. No.
I can't find one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Airfix do one.
1 in 48?
Yeah, I think so.
I looked all over at Telford for one. They said that they weren't doing them. So I don't know.
They do. You'll get it off eBay.
Oh, I'll have a look then.
Yeah, you'll get one off eBay, mate. For some reason, let me come back onto this one. For some reason, my pictures have dropped off. Oh, now then. Oh, look at that. Do you know what? We're just I'm just sharing pictures now. Sod it. Right, look at that. Nice.
Yeah, plain Jane. That was cool stuff.
I've just put into my computer, into my laptop, 148th Lightning, and they're all over the place in Sweden. I've got them all over the place here.
Yeah, they are.
That's nice.
Have you seen that, Aid? That's Sully, that.
Yeah. I've
seen that.
And that is fantastic.
I don't know if you can see, Dale, but can you see where my cursor's going round here?
Can you?
And can you see that there?
What is it?
It's two chickens, mate. He's turned his derelict Seeking into a chicken coop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, classic.
Brilliant.
I've got a Seeking kit. I've got one from Airfix when I had it on pre-order, and I'm really looking forward to building it. But I'm waiting for Firefox to come out with the cockpit set.
I'm waiting for the yellow one to come out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the
actually, I had a mail from Jadlam Toys or whatever it was, and there was a load of decal sets for the yellow one. Because I fancy doing the yellow one, the proper seat. Because Chris, my mate Chris, that was where they were based down his area in Bideford. And I fancy doing that. But that is a really cleverly done diorama, that.
Yeah, I like that.
You see chickens now, Dale?
Yeah, I can see them now, yeah.
The thing is about this diorama is that what it impresses me. A lot of people would buy a kit and think what they wouldn't dream of. They would think you were destroying the kit by doing something like this. But that's what I love about this hobby. The fantasy that people use is amazing.
Yeah, it is. Superb. Look at that.
I know.
He's even got the chopping chicken feeder.
Oh yeah.
That's
I hope Paul Patton's not watching this, Mark.
Oh mate, I did invite
Paul. Get
Paul
loads of ideas.
I'm hoping that's a decal because it's gone down absolutely superb.
That's a lovely build.
Another one?
Yeah, he's absolutely nailed that.
The thing I liked most about that was if you look into the door where the chicken is and the side, he's even got the straw on the inside of the helicopter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, bang on that. Chuffing hellfire. Yeah, he's good. That's Dale.
Oh,
that's good as well.
Yeah, I like that.
See, I haven't attempted to. I've bought an LED set, but I haven't attempted to put it into anything.
Yeah, yet. I bought an LED set from Telford as well.
I got one, Dale. Didn't you at Telford?
Yeah, I got one. Yeah. I can't wait to use it on something. I don't know what to put it on though.
I built the Mandalorian spaceship. I can't remember what it's called now. I built it for my son, and I was going to light up the engines and the interior, but I don't know why. I just thought I didn't know enough about it, so I didn't do it in the end. But I will get into it.
I'm going to say, do you mess about with electrics on models at all, Aid?
Not really. Not really. I'm not electrically minded, but I know I've looked at quite a few videos online with LEDs and stuff, and it looks pretty logical and simple. But I need to try it, because you can do get some fantastic effects.
Yeah.
I really fancy doing one of these flight dioramas with like where they're shooting down aircraft and they got an aircraft that's exploded in midair and stuff. And I think some of the stuff I've seen is outstanding.
Yeah.
And I really fancy doing something like that. But
now, I'm not sure if you saw this one, Aid, but I've got to put it up, mate.
Yeah, I did see that. Very impressive. Do you know what the thing that impressed me most about that was the different shades of grey around the barrel? He's got that sort of like the ash, the different shades of ash around that barrel. Yeah. Absolutely nailed it.
That's actually one of our lads, is that, Aid? That's Paul Patton.
Yeah.
Yeah, outstanding.
Paul's one of our boys. Look at that.
That ash around that barrel is just mind blowing. It's just, he's got it down to a T.
Anti-just.
Clever lad.
He is a very clever person. I didn't see that, the dog having a slash against him. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. He's even got the piss running down the little wet patch at the bottom as well.
Yeah, he's some boy. He's some boy, is this kid, Paul.
He knows his onions.
He's amazing, isn't he?
When you look at that skip, the way he's got that, that's brilliant.
Yeah, he actually had the stencil made by a bloke called Kev Green, that's over by our end.
Yeah. That's very clever. It's very clever. I have had a look through, and like I said, I've been made very welcome into the group, and I've had a good look through the group. I've been looking at the group quite a lot, and there's some absolutely outstanding builds in there.
Do you know what, Kev? Aid, talk to me. We're obviously very biased, right? Because we're our club. You've looked through our club page. You've seen some of the vlogs that I do for our club.
Yeah.
What do you think of Sesku and Emsworth community?
I think it's fantastic. I've spoken about this. I've put it in the chat before. I love the camaraderie. You're so close to each other. You look after each other. You take care of each other. The compassion and whatever you've got in your club. It really makes me jealous that I'm not there. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that is if there's a model club that I would want to join, it would be your club.
Bloody hell, that's great.
Because the sense of community and compassion in your group, it blows my mind. That's what this hobby is all about for me. It's just like-minded people being nice to each other, like you are. Because there's so much crap out there in the world, and there's so much crap in this hobby as well. As we all know, there's a lot of there's a lot of crap. Sorry to say, but it's just your club. I wish I had something like that close to us. There's nothing over here in Sweden like that. Nothing at all.
No.
So you should be all very, very proud of your club.
Yeah,
we are, mate. We absolutely love it. Yeah. We do love it.
That's why I enjoy listening to you all, and I enjoy watching your vlogs and your videos and that. And that's why I wanted to join the Facebook group, because I thought to myself,
yeah, mate.
I would like to be a small part of that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sound. Yeah, not wrong with that, Mucker. It's we're 7 years old in January. We started off small though, Aid. We just started off really small, met in a library because it was free, and we've just absolutely gone from strength to strength.
Yeah, it's a fantastic little group.
We had this competition in November. We had 39 people attending that club.
Yeah.
Graham, you came over that day, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's when we do get the odd person that comes to us from, and again, I'm going to say it, from IPMS clubs and from clubs that meet on an evening in a pub, in a back room, and it's just not the same. It's not the same.
I mean, I speak to, I'm good friends with Chris, and I speak to Chris most days, and we quite often talk about how good your club is.
Really?
Yeah, we do. We're always talking about your club and the vlogs you put out, and Chris is mightily impressed as well. He's Chris is a nice lad, and he's a good builder.
Which Chris is that?
Connor Bay, Rally Car Miniatures.
Rally Car Miniatures.
Yeah. I speak to Chris most days, and we quite often talk about your club.
Sesku. Do you know what it stands for, Ed? Have you got any idea what Sesku stands for? You've no idea.
I have read it, but I can't remember.
South Emsall, South Kirby and Upton. It's like a 5 towns area, mate, round where we are.
What I have got one question. What was the logo? Is it a phoenix?
Yeah.
What was the idea behind that then? A phoenix? Is it rising from the ashes, or was there a club before and it's come back again? Or
right. So basically, what happened? We're 7 years old in January. So 7 years ago, I started modelling because I took a redundancy at work. And back in the day, Aid, when you were unemployed, you had to go to the job centre and there'd be a big whiteboard with loads of little placards on. We all know the story, but 7 years ago, I went to the job centre and she says, no, now you have to, you do it all on your phone or on your tablet, your laptop, whatever. So I started applying for jobs. Well, actually, I had about 3 months off because I got some money. But then our lass said, you need to go and get some work done, you fat, lazy get. So I started applying for jobs, mate. And by 9:30 in the morning, I've done. And I needed something more than housework to keep me busy. I used to build Airfix as a kid. I can't even remember how I did it, but I was scrolling through Google, Facebook, whatever one day, saw the Airfix 1 in 48 Harrier. I bought it, I built it, and I started to put pictures on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then one day, this guy pinged me, private messaged me, and said that when you're putting your pictures on, I can see that you're from next village on. Part of a club, and I said, no, mate. Come down to my house, we'll have a chat. So I went down one Sunday. And he said that he used to be part of a club, and it's a great thing to do. I said, right, okay, can we set one up ourselves? And he said, yeah, all we need is a venue, and we need some members. So my daughter had got a library book out at the local library one day, and I had to take it back. And in the corner of the library, mate, there's some old lasses knitting. So I said to the lady behind the counter, I didn't know you did clubs here. And she said, yeah, we do. Why, have you got one? And I went, I have now.
Yeah.
So I went back to the dude and I set up the Facebook page. I set up email and YouTube and started to put on all of Facebook about, new club in town kind of thing. and we started and me and this guy ran it for 6 months. We had a problem. And then for some particular reason, we had the competition in July that particular year, and we finished competition. We got the local press in. We were in the newspapers. We got everything sorted. Right. And at the end of the competition, the guy actually said to me, "Can we have a word?" And I'm like, "Yeah. What's the matter?" And unbeknownst to me, what he'd been doing, this guy, is he'd been going round certain members that he'd introduced to the club, and they all wanted to turn us into an IPMS club.
All right.
The majority of the people said no, and that is literally what caused the split. So yes, we split. The guy stayed where he was with four other people, his team, if you will. But on that particular day, he stayed in the library with 4, and I took 32 with me to a new venue.
Right. Hence the Phoenix.
Hence the Phoenix. We kept the name because I come up with the name. And they changed to a different club. I'm not going to mention the name on a live stream. It's disrespectful.
No,
but they do what they do. We do what we do, and all. Yeah. I've done in a lot of respects, Aid. I don't really focus on what they do at all. I don't have nothing to do with them, mate.
If I'm honest with you, no disrespect to IPMS, but I think your club, if you'd have gone IPMS route, your club wouldn't have been the same as it is today.
Definitely not.
Not even close.
No,
not even close.
I've seen a lot of clubs. I mean, we've got IPMS over here in Sweden, and it's. Oh yeah, I don't want to slag it off, if you know what I mean, because it is what it is. But I'm not a great fan. I will say that.
I mean, I've looked into it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not just sat here saying, no, I'm digging my heels in and we're not ever going to be IPMS. No. Now, we're not, but we're an independent club.
Yeah.
And people have told me
better for it.
Yeah, people have said, if you join IPMS, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. When it's from Pretty Woman. We're an independent club. We say how much, we say when, we say who wins.
You don't need an all-ruling governing body telling you what to do and when you can do it. It's I think that's, like I said, I don't think your club would be the good club, the great club it is today if you'd have gone down that route. So.
We do our own thing. We do our own competitions. We set our own budgets. We set our own forecast. We've got our own merch.
Yeah.
99% of the boys and girls that come to club, they all wear the merch. When we went to Bolton, it's awkward to say, last January for the show, and we actually won the best table display at Bolton.
Yeah, I saw that on your vlog.
But the bloke,
it was an impressive looking table.
Thank you very much. Everybody contributed. The bloke that came and gave us the award, he said, the reason that you guys are winning the award is because not only have you got a great display, but every time I turn around in this show, I see one of your guys with the Sesku badge on. Yeah. All the other tables, all the people are sat behind, they're all morbid looking, they're not interested. It's like they've got to do it. All you guys, you stood at front at table. As soon as anybody walks past and they're looking, you're explaining. All your people are jumping in and very, very active.
Because I mean, like I said, I've lived in Sweden since '86, and I've been modelling on and off all my life. Started as a kid, then obviously found beer and women. And that was the modelling knocked on the head for a few years, if you know what I mean. Then about, I don't know, 11, 12 years ago, I got cancer.
All right.
And I was, because I was off on the sick, I'm all right now. It's all fine now. So, but because I was on the sick for 12 months, I was made redundant. I was working as a project leader in the automobile industry.
Yeah.
On the press tooling side of things, I got made redundant, and I've always been a worker, if you know what I mean. I like to stimulate my brain, and so and I had Photoshop because I've been photoshopping since day one, basically, and I didn't have nothing to do. I was sat at home twiddling my thumbs, going stupid, watching Netflix and it was just. And my son Marcus, he said to me, "Didn't you used to build models, Dad?" And I said, "Yeah," and he said, "Yeah, I thought so." We was chatting one day. Anyway, a couple of days later, he turned up with a 1/48 Tamiya Spitfire kit and a load of Humbrol paints and brushes.
Yeah, cool.
That was it. That was me back. I'd set up the table in the kitchen. Loads of newspaper on the table. Started, absolutely loved it, and that was me. That was me hooked again, and I've never looked back since. And now I've got a massive hobby room with airbrushes and God knows what. And I've spent an absolute bloody fortune on it.
And down in the bottom of the screen there, we've got young Lewis. Good evening, Lou.
Evening.
Hello, Lewis. Nice to meet you.
Lewis is 16 and he's joined club just over a year ago. Lewis, how are you finding club, mate?
Absolutely brilliant, mate.
All right.
Love it.
Went to Telford Weirs this year, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I've been following Lewis's escapades on your vlogs and stuff, Mark.
He's a good
lad.
lad.
A little bit sorry for his mum today because I reckon she's absolutely brassic now, isn't she? I bet she ain't got any left.
Yeah.
After Halifax. Christmas came early, I reckon.
Just a bit. Definitely. But I mean, the lad has been saying. Well, I'm saying the lad. He's young. He's too young to be working. Obviously, his mum's been throwing money into savings club and taking a couple of £100 today. And how much did you spend, Lo?
About 160.
About 160. What did you get, mate? Tell us what you got from Halifax today.
I got a set of metal tracks for the King Tiger.
Yeah.
A set of metal tracks for the Macava 2.
Yeah.
The Tamiya 135 Yard Panther. What else did I get? Oh, I got. So let's get the box. I've got a few women.
Oh, have you? No surprise. Look at that ball.
That's an old classic. That is from Tamiya.
Yep. RX7.
Nice, that, mate.
Hasegawa 1/48 Zero, Japanese Zero.
Oh, so you did actually buy an aeroplane then?
Yep.
I bet you've built it, haven't you?
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed, Lewis, because my kids, when they were 16, they were doing this.
Yeah, same as mine.
I got two sons and a daughter, and all of them were doing this at 16, and I thought to myself, can't you do something else?
Yeah.
I got. I can't remember now. Oh, Trumpeter 135, Israeli Tehran 6. The Das Work 1/35 King Tiger.
Chuffing hell.
I got more. I know I got more. I can't honestly remember.
Yeah, you got that much. You can't even remember. Graham, what's on your Christmas wish list, mate? Anything?
Well, I've got that motorbike and sidecar that you've got, Mark.
You are joking.
No, I've got that on my list.
Right.
I think it's is it a Taglieri?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got that on my list. What else have I got? I can't remember now.
Which kit's that?
I'll go.
It's the German motorbike with the sidecar.
If it's the
one,
one,
the 1/6 scale.
Let me see if it's the one I think it is.
Zunda.
So I built one a few years ago, and it went in the bin. That's the one that went in the bin.
That's it. That's it.
That went in the bin.
Well, that sounds like a challenge to me.
Yeah, well, it was a challenge. Wow. I like a challenge, but that got the better of me. That did.
Really?
Yeah, it did. It really did get the better of me. It was just nothing would fit. The frame was bloody. I just couldn't get the frame to fit properly.
I'm gonna have a go. Chris has put.
No, I don't get it then.
Chris has put a comment. A lot of clubs could learn a lot from your club. Just good people enjoying the hobby. Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely, mate.
I reckon if Santa brings you that motorbike and sidecar kit, Graham, I reckon you're on his naughty list.
I give it to Crook. He'll do it.
I don't do it, Lara.
You will. You will in January.
I've got nothing against Italeri, but that got the better than me. There aren't many kits that do get the better of me, but that did.
They've certainly got the problems.
That one did. Oh my word.
Yeah, they have.
Let me just have a little look. Yeah. Let's see if I can get. I'm gonna try. What am I trying to do here? I've just had a brain fart and it's gone. What else is on your list, Graham? Anything else?
Just some bits and bats for dioramas and that, just some ideas and that, going through my mind, and
yeah,
don't know if they'll come to out, but I got one or two dioramas,
Yeah, no drama there. Are you gonna be coming over to us in the new year, mate?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah,
I was hoping to get to Halifax today, but Christmas is around the corner, isn't it? And you got to be careful on that, aren't you? So
yeah, mate.
But yeah, hopefully in the new year I'll be there.
Yeah. Cool.
I said to myself in the week, Mark, I said, Halifax Saturday, shall I go? Shall I not? I wanted to go.
Yeah.
But the other half said to me, well, if you do go, you can't just go and look round. You've got to buy something.
Oh. Right.
And I'd have been like Lewis, I'd have come out of about a dozen kits.
All good, mate. All good.
I'm like that. I hadn't bought a kit for quite a while now because I got quite a stash. So I hadn't bought a kit for about 3 or 4 months. And I went out online just to buy some. I was going to get some sundries, a little bit of primer, and a little bit of stuff, and ended up buying a kit and an upgrade set for it. Cost me €100.
Yeah,
it wasn't planned at all. It was just, I fancy that. I got the B-Max BT, the Swedish Touring Car Championship Volvo that Ricky Rydell.
Oh yeah.
I've always fancied doing that. So, but I'm like I say, I build all sorts of stuff. I've had periods where I've built just planes. I think I've built 6 actually Spitfires in the last 18 months. 2 for myself, and then the rest of them for other people. I've built. So then I've built the vegan and all that sort of stuff. So I've had planes, and I've done loads of diorama stuff with tanks and stuff, armor stuff.
Yeah.
Then I had me and Chris had a little bit of a break, which Mark knows all about.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of break, and I lost my mojo for a little bit. Sort of like got a bit disillusioned with the hobby, but got back into it, and I'm doing. I'm building the Tamiya CBR, the CBR Fireblade, but I'm not doing that scheme. I'm going to do my own. I'm doing a Rothman's tribute, a Wayne Gardner Rothman's livery on it. Just something different because you can't get the decals for it. So I've bought decals and I'm going to butcher them and do my own paint job. So.
Yeah, mate.
Just something to get me back into get the mojo back, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm really enjoying it. I'm really getting back into it now. Really looking forward, thinking about modelling when I'm at work and thinking about modelling when I'm sort of like not modelling, if you know what I mean, which I'd lost completely.
I do that all the time.
That's when I know I've got my mojo back, when I'm sat at work thinking about what I'm going to do on the bench when I get home.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not the only one, mate. It ends up taking over your life.
It does, yeah. It does at periods, but my kids call my hobby room. I mean, I'm lucky. I've got enough room in my apartment to have a big hobby room, and it's huge. So I've got all my bits and bobs in here, and my kids call it my therapy room.
Very much so.
Because I come in here and I put a bit of music on, and I lose myself for a couple of hours in the evenings, or
mate.
The weekends. I can sit in here for 5 or 6 hours on a Saturday and not even know the time. I'm just lost to the world.
Yeah, I found myself chatting with Paul while 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I do with Chris. We FaceTime each other or on Messenger most days, and we don't just talk about the hobby, but we talk about the hobby quite a lot. And we can just sit here. He can build, and I'll be building at the same time, and we're not even looking at the screen. We're just chatting away and just building at the bench. And it's such a release. I mean, I don't want to be sort of like sound downer, but the world is in an horrible state at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
It's it's depressing to watch the news. It's depressing. Everybody's they're all killing each other and bloody dying of this and dying of that. And it's just depressing. And it just coming into my hobby room a couple of hours every night or a few hours on a Saturday or a Sunday, it's just a release from reality.
Yeah.
Get some good tunes up.
Paul, you've been through a bit of a mojo lag over the last 12, 18, haven't you?
Yeah, mate, 12, certainly 12 months, like, yeah. Well, saying that, I'm like, it's not constant with mojo lag. It seems to go up and down.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know a lot when I talk to you and the guys and what have you, and I'm on Facebook, because I don't go on Facebook as much as I used to. And I know when I'm chatting, when quite often me and you will chat through the week, won't we? And that does get me fired up for the weekend, you know what I mean? To like up and have a go. But I'm buzzing at the moment. I'm feeling it again, big time. But I certainly have me lows, you know what I mean?
I think it's the same with everything. You have periods when you just got no.
I think it is easy to. Yeah, man.
It's a difficult.
It's easy to get burnt out.
It is. You can do too many hours, and I find myself that if I force myself to the bench, then I make a pig's ear of things.
Yeah.
I don't make a good job of it. If I've got my mojo going, I know I'm going to do okay with it. I'm going to do a decent job.
Yeah, mate. You've always got 100% mojo, Lewis, haven't you?
Definitely.
Yeah, but he's new to the hobby, isn't he? I mean, Give him a couple of wait till he's 18 and he discovers beer and women. That's it, mate. He'll be gone.
Gone. He'll be gone. Yeah, he'll save his mother a fortune.
I don't know about that. He'll probably be he'll be tapping her up for, can I have some money going on the pub, mum?
Yeah, absolutely. Graham, what's your plan with airbrushing this Phantom then? So what are you going to prime it in, mate? Have you decided yet?
Rattle can, Mark.
Oh, what? Whoa! Have a minute here.
Hey, what?
Rattle can.
What?
For what?
A rattle can primer.
Right.
And then I'm going to use my Vallejo's for me first coat.
Okay.
What,
I'm going to use I'm going to use some black for my panel lines and that. And then I'm going to do what you say. Go nice and steady, nice thin coats with grey paint on top. And
are you putting Vallejo through your airbrush, Graham?
Yeah.
You're a braver man than I am.
And me.
Yeah.
I've got Vallejo paints, but for brush painting, and I've got loads of Vallejo stuff for brush painting, like figures and stuff. But I've never ever been able to put them through the airbrush with any.
Mine goes through pretty great when I use the Vallejo thinners as well.
Yeah, I've tried it all.
Yeah.
I've tried using all their own products and everything, and I've always made a pig's ear of it. That's why.
I've just finished a US Marines tank, which I've done with Vallejo. Put Vallejo through my spray brush, and that's turned out all right as far as I know. Like so.
Fair play if you've got it down with the Vallejo stuff, because they got a nice colour range. But like I say, you're a braver man than I am. Vallejo is just brush paint for me.
Yeah. Okay. It's my Leo.
No, I can't either.
But I think I'm a little bit biased. Ever since I found MRP, I just can't use anything else. I'm an absolute MRP. Oh, that's fantastic. That's a really nice job.
Tidy that, mate.
It is tidy, very tidy. What kit
is that? The one that you put on the Facebook group?
Yeah, it's Tammy, Mark.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Sound that, mate.
But I'm
very nice. Very nice.
I know MRP is a little bit expensive, and you use quite a lot of it. But I can't find anything else that matches MRP.
No, definitely not.
I've even started to like the smell of it as well.
We've been using some MRP down at Club though, Graham. You got on with it all right.
Yeah, did, yeah. But I've got that much for I've got that much for Leo, Mark. I don't want to change all my stuff, have I?
That's the problem.
I mean, I've got all sorts of different paints. I use a lot of Tamiya paints as well. I do, but the MRP stuff, like especially if you're, I've spoken, especially for the Swedish stuff. I've spoken to my mate in Gothenburg who does all the commission builds. He said you won't find a better colour match for most aircraft than MRP.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Especially for the Swedish aircraft, because they've actually MRP got the actual colour codes from the Swedish Air Force.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I think you, Paul, you use Vallejo, don't you, Paul?
Yeah, man. Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Remember you saying before?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I started off buying, the kits, where you can buy the multiple packs of paint.
Yeah, yeah.
These. And things.
Yeah,
the set.
I started off on them and I haven't got back.
Yeah.
Like I do use, as most people probably do, you know, I use a bit of Tamiya as well when I need to, and just Oh yeah, I love the Valeos. I don't have a problem with them.
And that's fair. That's
the
what
only
we spoke about.
I have used MRP, and I can't see what all the fuss is about, really, to be honest.
Couldn't get on with it, Paul, could you?
I got on with it, you know, but I didn't see what all the hype is. You know what I mean? The only difference I can think of is like you're saving a bit of air pressure. You know, like if you run MRP at like I don't know, whatever it is, you run it at £5 or whatever, you'd have to run Vallejo at like 10. What's the problem?
It's just I find it because obviously it's straight from bottle. I don't have to thin it. It's just,
I don't need it.
You don't think you're Vallejo, do you?
No, don't have to. That's the point of it.
Model Air.
Yeah.
I use this
fair play
yeah,
to you.
I do though. But as I say, you know, it was them kits that got it, because it's like, okay, I've got a few Vietnam birds in my stash. That'll do with 2 or 3 kits. You know, I've got pretty much everything I've done is painted in them sets.
Yeah.
And they look really good. They do look accurate. You know, colour wise.
It's like we said before about the airbrush, and you can learn the basics and then you find your own style, and there's no wrong and right about it. There's
totally, mate. Totally
better than this or this and this. It's just what you'll get used to and what you
what you
do.
It,
what you do.
See if you want.
No, I'll show you what.
Come on.
You buy one.
It's just like I say, I've tried stuff. I can't get on with the Vallejo Air stuff, but I love their Vallejo stuff for brush painting. I think it's outstanding.
What's the modelling scene like in Sweden, Aid? Is it big? Is it tiny?
Well, if you think about the population of Sweden, there's more people that live in London than they do in the whole of. Like, there's 10.10 million that live in London, and we've got a population of 9.8 million, and the country's twice the size of the UK.
Wow.
So there is a modelling scene here, but it's very IPMS influenced, which I don't particularly like myself. They're very big into their American muscle car building.
Right.
Most of the clubs over here are American muscle car clubs.
Really?
I paid to enter a couple of competitions in Gothenburg, got down there, and they wouldn't let me enter my models because they weren't American muscle cars. They were Formula 1 cars. Yeah. We had a bit of a Barney outside. I nearly had the bloke by the throat. Well, I didn't, but I nearly did. And they ended up paying my... And they said nothing about it in the sort of like application or anything for entering the competition. It just said cars. And I thought, I'll take a couple of my Formula 1s down there because I've done a fair bit of Formula 1 stuff. And people kept saying you need to enter these into competitions because they were good enough, I thought. And when I got down there, I showed them and they said you're not allowed to enter because they're not American cars. I got my money back I got my money back and everything, but they're very short-sighted.
Right. Oh, what a shame.
It is a shame because I live in a town and there's probably... I live in a place called Trollhättan where the Saab factory used to be. That's why I came over here to work for Saab. But and I would imagine the people that built... I know 3 people in this town and there's about 25,000 live here.
Really?
Yeah. And we speak to each other on Facebook every now and then, and we've talked about starting a club and getting people interested and all that sort of stuff. And one of the guys, he's the same age as me, he said, I've tried so many times, but there's just no interest.
Really?
It's a shame, really, because I mean, I've got 3 kids. They're all adults now. They've all fled the coop, and they've all got kids. I've got grandkids and all this sort of stuff. But my youngest lad, he's Marcus. He's 30 next year. And he's big into he hunts a lot, and that he's like a proper chef. He likes doing like game food. He does a lot of game food recipes and stuff online. Doesn't work in the trade. He's he works for he's a what do they call it? Quantity surveyor, I think they call it, something like that. Anyway, as Mark would say, I digress. But he's all of a sudden I said to him, "What do you want for Christmas?" And he said, "I want a Mustang model." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Oh, because I want me and you to build it together. I want you to teach me how to build it."
Oh, cool.
And I thought, fair play.
Happy days.
Yeah, so it's I've got my grandson, Henry, he's 9. I bought him a few starter kits from Airfix and he's built them. Which his dad, my lad Daniel, he hates me for, because it means he has to do it as well. And he just thinks I'm a big nerd, if you know what I mean, because of building stuff.
Do you know what? Listen, but this bus that I'm doing, the lad that I'm doing for it at work, his dad was a bus driver, double-decker bus driver in London. He passed away. His mum asked him to get him a double-decker bus. He's bought it, and himself and his brother have tried to build it, and he's brought it to me and said, "I've seen your work. It's incredible. This is a lot harder than what you think." Sounds like Graham's having a domestic at the back door.
No, Matt, my wife just fell in love with a dog.
Is she pissed?
How do you know?
Yeah, she's saying, "Get off that telly and come and lift me up."
Get off that fucking floor. Oh dear. Can't take her anywhere, can you?
Look at this. Look at what I've had bought. Look at what I've had bought today.
What's that?
Yeah, she's pissed. I want to show you. So, this is off Ange and Mark Liddell. I'm going to give it away, I think, with that.
Can't take you anywhere.
And if I don't give it away with that, I'm going to give it away with this. And if I don't give it away with that, it's actually a painting by numbers, and it's going to look like that.
Oh, excellent.
It's a painting by numbers Phoenix that Andrew's got for me, Andrew and Mark, and it looks absolutely awesome. I've got to iron this because it's creased up, but she says I can do it in the house when it's too cold to come and sit in here. What's the temperature like over there? Because in my shed, Aid, it gets pretty dicey.
Yeah, so I've seen a few of your vlogs when the old fog's coming out when you're talking and thinking, I'm thinking to myself, he's a brave man sitting down there.
Yeah, it gets pretty numb in here, mate.
I live in Sweden and it gets chuffing cold, if you know what I mean.
How cold?
The coldest we've had about, all told, since in the last 3 weeks, we've had probably nearly a metre of snow.
Oh.
And it sort of, it sort of melts away a little bit. But I mean, there's chaos on the bloody, trying to get a parking space on the road and whatever, because there's big piles of snow everywhere.
And where did you go over?
You what?
You go over in 86, did you say?
Yeah, 86.
No coming back, no regrets.
Oh, fuck that. Why would you fucking come back over here?
I miss my family. I miss my mum. My mum's still alive. My dad passed away quite young. He was only 56 when he passed away. And I've got 2 sisters, and I've got quite a big family, and still in the UK, and I miss them obviously. But it's. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I think the UK's turned into a shithole.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah, it has, mate.
I still
don't
watch
even
the news,
get Paul
I watch the
started
BBC,
on that.
and it just I'm just blown away with what the government's done. And the country's a toilet now, and I wouldn't want to live there for all the tea in China. Saying that, I'm fiercely patriotic about being an Englishman, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, not wrong with that, Cocker.
But I do feel that the country has turned into an absolute toilet, and I wouldn't want to live there for all the tea in China now.
Changing subject, Graham, back on tour presentation evening next November.
Oh.
Yes, looking forward to it. Excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I've not thought about it yet, Mark. Got 1 or 2 ideas going through my mind. I don't really know. Just things going through my mind, you know. Different things I can do.
What do you think to the whole? What do you think though to the whole concept of having a full-on meal and presentation evening at a tower level, at a club level?
Well, it's quite a big thing, really, isn't it?
It's massive.
It's not just like sat in your club and entering something. It's like going somewhere to a place, and
yeah, man.
You know,
yeah.
It's all right. My missus put me off a bit, like so.
I can tell.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think.
Is it the first time you've done this, Mark?
You're bringing the missus with you.
Well, maybe not.
Hang on, Graham.
Maybe not.
I missed that one, Graham.
I said maybe not.
Go on. Well, on what? On what? I missed it.
I said maybe I will, maybe I won't. Bring the missus.
Yeah, it's the first time
she's coming. She's coming, Mark. She's coming. She'll be on her best behaviour.
Yeah, I believe that when I see it. I saw her at Telford.
She will.
Yeah. Back to you, Wade. What did you say, Aid?
I think that's a fantastic idea, having a presentation thing like that for the club. I think that's, like I say, I wish I was part of it, if you know what I mean. It's I think an evening like that would be fantastic.
We're currently sat at 50 people coming.
That's fantastic, I think.
Yeah, mate. Obviously, we've got people like myself. I've invited my wife, Paul. Paul's coming from Liverpool. He's invited his wife. Graham's coming from Cleethorpes. Invited his wife. We've all invited his wives, but we've done it so that we can all get together. And obviously, the hotel wanted so many covers before they'd let us have the room.
Well, that's fair enough. Fantastic. Whereabouts in Liverpool are you?
Well, I'm actually on the Wirral now, Aid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm originally from Liverpool, but on the Wirral now.
Oh, right, because I worked for a Swedish company, and we did a lot. I spent 2 years in Liverpool with working at Aylwood at the Jag and Land Rover factory.
All right, yeah. That's I'd say that's like maybe a half an hour, maybe 45-minute drive from where I am.
I absolutely loved Liverpool. What a town to go out in.
Well, when you were saying before about Britain being a shithole, where I'm originally from is absolutely fucking Beirut, mate. And where I'm originally from used to be absolutely gorgeous. You know, like obviously, you know, times have changed. But you know, when you were a kid, like you could, you used to go out and leave your front door open. You know, no problem whatsoever. Yeah. No, you know the score. But fucking hell, man, it's like a fucking shit. It is literally a shit all round there now.
I really enjoyed my time in Liverpool. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
You know, the city centre certainly got a lot going for it. Obviously, commercially, like, but the outskirts, from what I've just a shithole, simple as.
Well, that's a shame that. I mean,
moving back on, I'm just going to press a button here and see what happens. Graham, what did you think? Did you see the menu, Graham, for the presentation evening?
Yeah, there wasn't no chicken tikka or kebab, was there? Or fish and chips?
No, mate. No. It's a bit more upper class than that.
Yeah, I've got to wear a dicky bow.
We've said you can wear whatever you want, but you're not wearing plimsolls and an Angel of Death t-shirt. I know that.
All right. Come in my jeans then.
We're trying to coax Paul into go out and buying a pair of trousers and a pair of shoes.
Fuck off. I have not worn a shirt or a tie since I was at fucking school.
Do you think that this could be the event for you to just do that?
There might be. I'll be wearing my polo. That's about as good as it gets.
That's about as good as it gets. Okay.
I'll be representing in my polo.
You'll be representing in your polo.
Yeah.
That'll do, mate. That'll do.
It'll have to fucking do because I ain't coming in no shirt and tie.
As long as you're coming over, but you're staying up. You two guys are staying over for the night, aren't you?
We are, mate. Yeah, hotels booked and everything. Well, the rooms booked. Yeah.
What I'm going to do, Paul, is it's on the Friday night, and I'm actually going to book that Friday off work, so that you guys can get up at your leisure like you do, and you'll come over, you'll drive over, and then you can come to my house, mate, and I'll put the kettle on. You can introduce me to your gorgeous missus, and I'll do the same with mine. And then you can have a chill out before we go out for the meal and the presentation, mate. How does that sound?
Bloody marvellous.
What? So we come to your place first, Mark.
Yeah. Have I just opened a can of worms there, Paul?
No, a tin of beans.
A tin of beans. Absolutely. Well, we're all really, really looking forward to it.
Is Lewis?
I am. Yeah, it'd be cool, man.
It will be cool. Yeah, I think what we're going to do as well, Aid, we're going to try and do a raffle as well on the night. We're going to get hold of some suppliers of some merch, some kit. My boss at work, I'm hoping, is going to donate a few quid, and we're going to do a big raffle as well on night, Paul.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
So are you going then, Lewis, or?
Yep, I'll be going.
Nice.
Happy days.
Are you wearing a shirt and a tie?
He most certainly is.
Does it matter what shirt I wear?
A white shirt.
A white shirt and a tie, and then Adidas shorts and socks and sandals.
I could get a tie, but what if it were an Iron Maiden shirt?
That'll do.
Iron Maiden shirt with tie on.
If he's coming to that in an Iron Maiden t-shirt, so am I.
Well, let me put it this way: you've just encouraged me to get bouncers on the door.
You should ask Paul what he's going to wear, because he'll probably have the same idea.
If Trump's coming in his Iron Maiden, I'll come in my Def Leppard.
If I'm going to get a bouncer on door, Lewis, it's going to be a ma'am. So you've shit or bust there, lad, haven't you? Happy days. Right. Listen, I am going to wrap it up. We've been actually chatting live for 2 hours and 28 minutes. There's only 8 people watching, and I appreciate those 8. At this godly time, what time is it? It is 10:30. I want to say, Lewis, I'll start with you. Thank you very much for your... let's have a look where you're up to. He's probably deckled it and weathered it.
I'm working on my stug now for a bit.
You're working on your stug
right now.
All right then, mate. Okay.
It's the finished stug.
Cool beans. If you're any good with numbers, if I said to you after the decimal point, how many zeros is a lot? And I said 200, and you said, no, it's not. I said the people over Pearl Harbor said that it was. Okay. So I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure that we'll catch up over the next couple of weeks like we do, coming up to Christmas.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me in. It's been most enjoyable.
You're welcome, sir. Paul, thank you as usual for coming on. Appreciate your time, mate. Love you, man. Keep it going.
Steady away.
Through the week. Graham, thank you for popping on and giving me your time this evening. And then you're welcome, mate. And then special thank you to Aid. Aid, thanks for coming on, mate. It's been great talking to you. It's been great listening to you as well. Love you, Spitfire.
And, thank you very much. Most enjoyable.
Absolutely, mate. And we'll have you back on when we can. All right, mate.
Yes, great stuff. Thank you very much,
I'll
everybody.
let everybody go as I wrap it up. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, later, guys.
Cheers,
bye. Bye.
1, 2, and 3. And here we go. Last one. Off you pop. There you go. And that just leaves me on. Let me just have a look. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Quite a funny live stream tonight. And where am I looking? I'm looking up there. Do you know what I'm going to do? Just bear with me a second. Let me just change this one. So this one. Much better. So let me have a look. Why ain't my light on? My little light's not on. I just need to wave me out. No, wrong camera. Bear with me a second. Let me go back. I just want to say again, thank you to my guests who've come on with me this evening. That is the better camera. I can see what I'm doing now. Don't need to look at comments just yet. A funny live stream tonight. We're supposed to have on Dale that popped on, but he's used his phone, and obviously sometimes he went like that, sometimes we went like that, but absolutely forgiven. Paul, thank you very much for coming and standing in for me, mate. Really appreciate it. We did have Mark and Ange over at club today, and I sent them the link a little bit earlier on. They said actually we're busy tonight with family, so couldn't get on. Davey House, he did not come to Halifax today, so didn't want to pop on. And Andy and Jean must be busy doing something else that couples do, because Andy and Jean normally pop on and we like to have them on as well. But thank you very much to Aid, as I've said, for popping on. It's lovely to talk to different people on the stream. And it does make it all the more interesting because you can keep the same people on, or you can mix it up a little bit and take it into a different direction. Okay, so let me just have a little look here. Last couple of comments. Thanks for the company. It says, Chris, you are more than welcome, and thank you for tuning in. James, thanks, Gaffer. Great evening. Looking forward to the next one. I know that I have my that's obviously my club name down there, the Gaffer, isn't it? Thank you ever so much to everybody that's watched. Like I've already said, I think the next one will be, so the club is actually broken up now officially until the 6th of January. We will get together in my shed, 2 or 3, 4 or 5, 6 or 7 people who I invite over Christmas to come and just have a cup of coffee and a mince pie and a bit of cream on top of that. But as far as club's done, we are absolutely done. Looking forward to next season, season 7, and hope that you're looking forward to keep following us all on the vlogs, on the model vlogs. I'm gonna continue with this bus and get this done for this lad, and then you can see my little stash here starting. Let's just have a look and I'll do some pointing. I've got the Russian, this way, I've got the Russian book there. And just above that, I've got a fork truck. Just above that, I've got the Italieri bike. Just in this corner, I've got a Revel Eurofighter that I got off James. Thank you very much. I'm not quite sure what the big blue box is. Where's my finger? I'm not quite sure what. Oh, it's a Phantom. That's a Phantom, 132 Phantom. And I've got A10, A10. And then let me just get my finger right if I can. Which way am I going? I've lost it. It's up there. I've got a tram to do as well. I've got the A6 Intruder tram, and that's the piece that I'm absolutely looking forward to doing. Okay. Wherever you are, as usual, I always say exactly the same. Cheers, James. Thanks for that. Stay safe, everybody. Take care, and thank you for your company. Really, really appreciate it every single time. Cheers, guys.